The fact I started very young was the fact you also had to miss your student life, you had to miss your youth life. And I still remember when I was in my engineering, it was very funny because in my first semester, seniors used to have that introductory session for all the freshers, and I was exempted from the introductory session because my HR manager used to hire the students from my own college. And the seniors used to tell me that, okay, we will exempt Suhas from the session, so he need not have to come. Or the most interesting thing was, I think when I was in my fourth semester, I was inducted on the ICT board of the World Bank, and I felt very excited to be there, and next to be representing India, the ICT Advisory Council of the World Bank. And I felt that, okay, so World Bank is paying you to attend meetings in Washington, D.C. You're advising the World Bank on policy making, everything is fine. And ultimately I had a severe shortage of attendance. And as you all know, with VTU, which is our state technical university, the minimum attendance a student should have is 75%. And unfortunately, it's exactly the shortage I had. I had shortage of 75%. And I was in information science, it was my subject. I knew that if I'm allowed to attend the exam, I'll be able to pass. I still remember this incident with my HOD. So my HOD was like, so I had this letter from the World Bank. So the Undersecretary of the World Bank has written a letter addressing to my HOD of my college, telling that he has attended all these meetings, he can be exempted from this thing. And I showed this letter to the HOD, and so absolutely there is no offense to any of the, in fact, lecturers and academicians sitting here, but this was experience from a HOD where he told, Illa Paidagala, even if it's World Bank or State Bank, I don't care. According to VTU, so according to VTU, you need to have a minimum attendance or else we can't issue the hall ticket. I fully agree with him that he can't be unbiased to a particular individual. He told, I can't issue the hall ticket at all, I'm extremely sorry. And the irony is that my company is hiring the students from my own college, and I couldn't argue anything, and I knew that, okay, he's following his rules, and I didn't want to argue, so actually I walked out of the HOD's room, and to my shock, I found a very young lecturer. He was still studying MTech, and he was also the lecturer for BE as well. He walks up to me and he tells that, hey Suhas, you have shortage in my subject as well, I'll see if I can help you with your attendance. And he walks me to his staff room and he hands over me his own CV to me, telling that, okay, you don't have to worry about your attendance, but I'm no more interested to work in the college, can I apply in your company? So I think it was the last day I went to my engineering college. I didn't finish my engineering. My mother was very upset that, so my family's policy or philosophy for them is immaterial how much you earn or how much employment you offered, how big is your office, they don't care. All that matters to them is if you've got education qualification, if you got a fixed salary every month. So my mother's reaction was, okay, I understand that you're an entrepreneur, you opted to be a businessman, that's fine, but so something I'm afraid is if you don't have an engineering degree, you don't have a fixed salary as entrepreneur. As entrepreneur, we don't withdraw every month. We don't have a fixed working hours. We can't work 9 to 5. Sometimes I stay back in the office till midnight. And her last worry was, you don't have a fixed salary, fixed working hours, and when you don't have education qualification, who will marry you in your life? So she really started to scare me in all the angles. And I think, yeah, so it was a very hard thing, especially when you hail from middle class, simple family, and when you need to tell them that, okay, you want to come out with the stereotyping, and next, you need to focus on your idea, and you have to realize on your idea. So bottom line is, of course, to all that aspiring youth here, my only appeal to all of you here is that it's not about Suhas Gopinath, or it's not about, okay, what my company does. Of course, one thing is, if you have an idea and if you have the fire in the belly, you can overcome any hurdles, and it is immaterial if you are from a rich family, poor family, if you're a first bencher, last bencher, middle bencher, it hardly matters. Of course, the one thing that really matters is the focus on your idea, when when I was seeing the website when I was seeing the website of Vivekananda ji, he always used to tell that when you have an idea, you need to have the idea in your flesh, muscles, brain, everywhere. You have to focus on your own idea itself. Can I have some water? Yeah. So it's extremely important for us to focus on one single idea and to have the perseverance for that idea. So which is always I am inspired. Actually, whenever I've seen this quote from. Seeing it from Vivekananda ji. That is, it's extremely important in our lives that we focus on a single idea and have the perseverance to pursue it. In my case, I hail from a family where they were very, very particular that I shouldn't be an entrepreneur because they felt that I will not have financial security, I cannot focus on, I'll not have a salary, I'll not have education qualification. But ultimately with my family, they really felt that, okay, now at the moment my son is offered employment to hundreds of eligible unemployed youth, and I think that is what actually makes them happy, and for me as well. Of course, whenever I walk out of my office every day and when I look back, I feel extremely happy for the fact that in spite of the sacrifices I went under in terms of missing the student life, youth life, I've been able to offer employment to about hundreds of eligible unemployed youth across the world, and I think that is something which really excites us. I mean, it was a small idea to start from an internet shop, but at the moment having offices in approximately 14 nations, and I think that's exactly what excites me and excites us. So the most important is always have the fire in the belly. It could be anything. You need not have to be an entrepreneur. You could be a soldier. You could be anything. But all that matters is have the perseverance and have the fire in your belly always. And of course, and you should never be afraid of failure. So thank you so much.